Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. So let me get quickly set up here. So I could see how many people we got in here tonight. I noticed there was oh, we got a couple in already. Right on. I noticed there was a bit of an opening tonight in everybody's live stream schedule, so I thought I'd let you in on a little bit of maintenance that I do around here and how I move shrimp around a little bit. You may have seen these methods before. You may not have seen them before. I'm not sure, but essentially what I want to do tonight is in this tank you see off to the picture to the side of me. I'm not sure what side it is for you guys, to be honest with you. I think it's the right side. That's a shrimp. That's a tank full of King Kong Caridina. The problem is I got some black King Kongs in there as well. They don't breed exactly true. Sometimes they come red, sometimes they come black. And I want to separate the blacks because I have a tank of blacks that are separated, and I would like them to start breeding true. So I'm going to show you guys a drip method tonight to hopefully ease the transition of your shrimp, because if you know anything about shrimp, you know that they don't like to move. They don't like being moved from their tank. They don't like their water parameters being messed with, anything. So if you can do this as softly on their systems as possible, it's better. Anyways, I'll get to saying hello to a few people here first. Hello, Jason from Redfish Bluefish. Hello, Small Fry Aquatics. Thanks for stopping in. DMC Productions, thank you for stopping in. Fusion Fox, hello, Connor. Alice, good to see you. Scott Baker, good to see you too, sir. And I see one more here that hasn't popped up on my screen up here yet, but I cheat with an iPad. It's not delayed over here. So Turbofish, welcome. Thank you for coming and checking us out. So yeah, like I said, I got a camera set up on that tank. I hope my audio is okay. Is it okay, everybody? Somebody give me a thumbs up if my audio is good. Should be. I got the mic turned on this time at least. That's a good start. So I think we have audio anyways. So what I've tried to do is keep everything as close to my computer station as possible. I got great light on everything. I'll throw a little shout out here to my partner Nicole. She gave me a pre-birthday present, an early birthday present, and she got me a wicked lighting set for my little studio here. I got these 3 kick-ass lights. I can't show them to you right now because they're behind me, but you'll see my face. Everything is lit up so well, and that's because of that. We got some pro model lights in here now. Audio is good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. You guys, I'm close enough, I think, because last time we tried doing stuff like this, moving around the fish room, it didn't work out very good. Audio was shit. Everything was shit. So I was actually rather disappointed that didn't work out. I had a really great show for you all, but due to technical difficulties, and it is quite a big space I work. My fish room in my basement, I spoiled rotten. My fish room down here is like 400 square feet. So I can't drag this mic around with me everywhere, but maybe next time I'll use my smaller portable mic that I might be able to take around with me, and I won't screw it all up on you. So hello, Slack Pet. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. I don't know if you heard what we're doing, but essentially we're moving a bunch of black King Kongs out of this tank. We're going to trim up that water lettuce too. As you can see, you can't even see in the tank anymore. There's so much water lettuce in there. So we're going to trim that water lettuce up, make sure everything's good. I haven't done much with this tank lately. We'll take a bit of water out of it to transfer these shrimps, and we will get on with moving the shrimp into their new home. And I think they're really going to like their new home better, to be honest with you, because their new home is kick-ass. Nicole designed this tank, actually, that they're going into. It's got a Lego shark in it, a Lego crab, and it's like floating, like the shark's actually like swimming in the water. And probably more plants in that tank than any tank absolutely cares to need. It's crazy loaded with plants. So the one issue I have with that tank, though, is that tank is so hard to see your shrimp in it. You have to have so many. It's a 25 long, 25 gallon long, I should say. We get people from all over the world on here, and even though Canada, we're a metric country, but still many of us, due to our neighbors to the south, and we share so many building materials and whatnot, a lot of us still speak in inches and feet and imperial measurements. But yeah, so it's 25 gallon. That's approximately 100-liter tank. Yeah, so they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to be going from this 20-gallon cube we're looking at. So thank you for sharing out, Select Pat. Appreciate it. We got 7 watching, 9 watching now. So that's awesome. I'm not used to big crowds watching anyway. So if we get a few, and especially for an impromptu live stream like this, yeah, go ahead and Facebook's great. Thank you, Select Pet. Especially for a live stream like this, where really, I don't know. I guess you guys don't have much to do either, so you got to watch me take care of some shrimp here. But you might learn something, and I might learn something from you guys while we do this. So let's get started. I'm going to move the microphone over as far as I can. Hopefully it doesn't pick up the bubblers on the tanks too much. If it does, let me know, guys. I'll turn the gain down. But I'm going to move over to this tank here. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to see if I can get it on like a really big screen. No, I want it opposite that. No. Nope. Nope. All right, that's not working. I'm going to take and add me to the stream. No, that didn't work either. Yeah, I know it's the other button. It's a lot of other buttons. But yeah, no sound. So we'll just keep it like this. Maybe I'll move this. It's something prettier to look at. There it is. Actually, that's perfect. Other than one of my lights is shining on it. But that's the tank these fish or these shrimp are going in. So I actually will just keep it turned like that, and we'll work from here. Let's get situated. How's that? Can everybody hear that good? That should sound good anyways. Hello, Seclids23. Thanks for joining us. We're just going to do some work on the shrimp tank. So this tank is actually quite high up here. And I just hit my head on the camera that I have set up here. So that didn't work. We're already failing. Okay. I'll stay off the damn step stool. So first off, guys, what we're going to do here is, as you can see, there's shrimp on it, but like, look at the length of these. We got to trim these up, because if you don't trim those up, I'm actually going to move this. To there. So yeah, if you don't trim this stuff up, it gets too long and you can't see in your tank. So I just trim it like so, throw it back in. We're going to do this for all of it. what you need to be the most careful about here, and I got this crappy weed plant in here that I just take it out. But you want to make sure you don't pull any shrimp out when you do this, because the shrimp, they love hanging off of these roots. And yeah, if you don't get them off, you're throwing shrimp out. Simple as that. Little clip. Try not to get it on my microphone. I think I'm actually going to move this bucket here so I don't drip it on the microphone. Can everybody still hear me okay? Yeah, nobody said you can't hear me, so we'll keep going. Maybe I'll turn the gain up just a little bit. There, that might be a little better. But yeah, this is a painstaking process. But as many of you know, the more maintenance you do on your tanks, the better you know your tanks, the faster you're going to catch something bad that's happening or something good that's happening in your tanks. So this isn't a bad idea. I have to do this to this tank about every week, week and a half. Trim these roots back. They grow like crazy. Leave some of the small ones. Pick that stuff out. We don't want that stuff in there. Sound is good? Good. Yeah, perfect. So you might be asking, Jesse, why are you wasting our time showing us doing this shit? Well, the truth of the matter is we can't find all the shrimp if we don't do this. So we might as well just do it. And I guess what I'm going to show you is just how little time it takes to do this. A lot of people are scared of the maintenance of a shrimp tank, or look at all the shrimp on there. Or a planted tank. And really, the maintenance is not that bad. We're going to be through these in like no time. I just did like 5 at once. But look at those. The roots of this stuff will go right to the bottom and right into the substrate. The substrate I am using in here is ADA, Amazonia. It's got a lot of nutrients in it. A lot of nutrients. You have to have a very well-cycled tank before you use this stuff, or you're just going to end up in disaster. Now, if you have a well-cycled tank, there's going to be no disaster at all. Got that out. Now, I can see there's possibly some questions there. As soon as I get the rest of this water lettuce trimmed, which will be just a sec, I'll come back and answer those questions. I'm old and I'm kind of half blind. But I guess if I was smart, we have the technology. I could bring my iPad over here, set it right there. There we go. Oh, wow. There's all kinds of stuff being said here. Sounds good. Cichlids 23 is hot. Yeah, 94 out. Poor guy. It was snowing here today. Fishy Fun, thanks for stopping by. Perfect. Say my sounds good. Yeah, DMC. It's in the 20s here. Actually, it's been snowing off and on all day. It's crazy. We are in Canada here. Benny's World, thanks for stopping by. Perfect. Okay, we'll keep rocking here. So like I was saying, Look at that. I didn't even remember some of those plants were back there. Get off. Look at that. Like, look at the roots on that. That's crazy. That's a week and a half, people. A week and a half. It's absolutely crazy. And I know I didn't even fertilize this round. I said, the heck with it. Stuff's growing too good already. So, just to give you a better look, that's essentially what I do. Just cut them so, and they grow back. I have lots of water lettuce, so if I get some that gets too big and kind of ugly, I just throw it out and grab some more. That last one we did was probably as big as I like to have in a tank. They reproduce very well. If you don't keep water lettuce in your shrimp tanks, you might have a good reason not to. But to me, they are almost an integral part of a shrimp tank for me. Helps keep my, see, I don't like that one. Helps keep my tank balanced, stable, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And yeah, stability is everything with these guys. So anything I can put in a tank with them to help them stay stable, the better. Now, I might sound like these are like impossible to keep. They're not. They're not impossible to keep at all. But just like some fish that have slightly higher demands than other fish, these guys have certain things that really helps them thrive. Okay. We can actually see in the tank now. I don't know if we can on here because this is a bit of a weird. It's about the best I can do with that camera. What I can do is take it out here and just give you a little better look at it and then replace it. Whoops, I shut it off. Shit. I think we're back. Okay. So this is what we have, guys. See the black guys down there? That's who we're after to get out. There's not very many, but there's enough. So yeah, there's quite a few shrimp in here. Could be more, but yeah, we're gonna go after these black guys and take them out. Clean up. I don't know if you can see it in this camera, but that real stringy shit that's on the plants. I made a very vital air, and I ordered some seeds and whatnot from China, and I put them in there, and quite frankly, they take over everything that go in, and they're very, very difficult to get rid of. Redfish, bluefish may know the name of them. I don't even know if you can clearly see what I'm looking at. It's back at the filter, not the guppy grass, right? But anyways, it's shit. Clogs everything up and makes your life hell. So don't get it. That's my, there we go. That's my best advice for that. The other mic was picked. That mic shouldn't. Maybe it won't now. That still is. So anyways, I'll try to stay off of that one. It's not in a very good position. There we go. Yeah, I think the problem is that it never actually truly shuts off the audio on this. I don't know why it doesn't, because I can actually hear it too. So this microphone will probably pick it up a bit. Okay, so got our water lettuce done here. Gonna need the little step stool. I think I'll just get rid of that stringy shit later. I won't put you guys through that misery. I would like to plant this tank more at some time, but just not right now. So I don't have expensive shrimp nets like some of you may have. I just have a cheapo shrimp net, and honestly, that's all I use. It's fairly easy to catch them, and it's nice and soft. It's like a soft plastic material. I haven't done any harm to any shrimp catching them with this net yet. Okay, Jason, talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by, bud. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick drink here, wet my whistle. But yeah, cichlids, that stringy shit, I don't know where. Well, I know where I got it from, but it's absolutely atrocious to get out of your tanks. And once it goes, it takes one little piece to cause a problem. So, thank you, Jackson. It does light up things very, very well. I used to find, not that I'm OCD, but I'm a little bit OCD. I used to find that when I did a live stream, I wear a hat because I'm going bald and I don't like showing off my bald spot. So I used to have to turn my hat around backwards if people wanted to actually see my face. Not that it's a great looking face to look at, but I feel like my face was always in the dark. And now with the new lighting I have for this stuff, this lighting is amazing. It lights you right up, lights everything you're doing right up. I'll show you after how I got the lighting set up for this, but I generally keep it set up over here in the studio area that I made up. Hey D, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're just we're doing some shrimp stuff. We're gonna start catching shrimp and showing everybody how I like to move shrimp from one tank to another. And I should say before I start, like, I didn't come up with this idea. And I'm not the first one to do this idea on YouTube. I have known about this idea. I've done this with fish for years and years, but the guy who really explains this well, and I've shoot myself in the foot here if I'm looking for subscribers, which I am, by the way, so please subscribe. Would be Mark from Mark Shrimp Tanks. He's the master at this stuff, but I'm not too bad at it myself either. So we're going to do it. But yeah, he's got a couple of videos, I believe, on doing this really well. And speaking of that, I don't mind sharing like other creators who do a fantastic job with whether it's fish, shrimp, whatever. There's a couple I can think of the top of my head that they're channels that I choose to watch for shrimp keeping ideas and whatnot, and I've taken a lot of ideas from them. I don't know if a moderator wants to throw these up. I don't mind. The first one would be Sue Shrimp Breeders. This guy's fantastic. Watch his videos for sure. That's about all he does is shrimp, and yeah, he does a fantastic job at his videos and how he keeps his shrimp. And the other one would be Mark Shrimp Tanks. He's fantastic as well. I really enjoy watching some of his videos. So yeah, that's where I would go to watch other videos on shrimp, and obviously watch mine too. I have a few shrimp videos out there. Okay, so we've wet our whistle. We got our cheap ass shrimp net, and we're gonna show you how this is done. JN Aquarium way. I'm going to try something, just getting my speaker up just a little bit maybe. You guys might be able to hear me better when I'm doing this. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we can get rid of that. There, that might be a little bit better. I wish this thing would shut up though. I gotta start using a camcorder or something. Oh, fantastic, Sweatpack. Thank you very much. Yeah, those are the exact links I'm looking for. Those guys are great. Honest, watch those guys too. But we'll do a little bit of our own shrimp here. 1 more second. I'm ill prepared. Where's me book? Oh, yeah, go that way. Okay. Oh, we're buffering a bit. Yeah, we might buffer a little bit. But anyways, here's our handy dandy water scoop. Now, this isn't going to be very many shrimp. So 1 scoop of water here is going to be absolutely fine. It's maybe like 2 liters of water, half a gallon. So one thing I guess I was going to say is you'll notice I don't have any heaters. I don't have any heaters at all. The reason I don't have any heaters is I'm in a very new house that keeps its climate controlled very well with today's technology and the way houses are built, R3000 and whatnot. So it stays a steady 70, 71 down here. And my shrimp tanks stay about a steady, I don't know, I'll check for you. I think it's about 68, 69. Warm down here. It's actually 71. The water's actually 71. So the tank they're going to go into over here (71.2). So we are extremely close. The other thing that you should look at is use a TDS meter. And TDS meter, you want your TDS fairly close. Now, I actually don't check that 25 gallon very often, so we're going to check right now. My TDS is 115 out of the tank they're coming out of. The TDS is slightly higher in that tank. It's at 137. So that TDS actually has to come down a little bit. And that's probably from a little bit of over fertilizing. Anyways, the 20 TDS difference is not going to be a big deal, especially when we drip acclimate these guys. Fishy fun. Gang, I'm finished sweeping. Great explanations, Jan. I received 40 mixed Neos Wednesday from Toronto. And the week before I got 30 shrimp from my usual local fish store. Well, very good. You have a lot of shrimp now to work with. And just so everybody knows that We're delivering to the GTA now. We're delivering all products we sell to the GTA. It's we're doing it on Thursdays, and we have a very reasonable delivery rate. So check us out if someone wants to throw our website up there. A moderator, it's www.jnaquariumsupply.com. Email me through there if you want delivery. If you want shipping, just go through the procedures and to the checkout, and or email me for a shipping quote on livestock, and we'll take care of you. But yeah, I figure I'd throw that plug in. Hey, very lucky, fishy fun. That's crazy. 12 and a half hours. You're lucky. Keep an eye on them, and I hope you drip acclimated them to bring their temperature back up when you got them home. Okay. So, like I said, we're after the black ones because I like to keep my breeding as pure as possible, and having blacks in with reds isn't going to do that. There's one. There's all kinds in here. That was very dark, but that's not a black. It's just a really dark red. I'm going to have to get on my step stool. There's one there. Getting them to the front. I should actually feed them. See if this guy will settle down a bit here. This guy doesn't want to settle down. Psycho. There we go. Another one. Come on, out on the net. All right. Where's everybody else hiding? Another one right at the very back. There's one right here. It looks like it's getting like a shadow panda look to it. He's real skitsy. And they get into the roots of the plants. Oh, he's gorgeous. Getting that light iridescent blue with dark black. Psycho, but these guys are probably a little freaked out. They've never really moved from this tank. They don't get bothered hardly ever. Yeah, he'll be a very nice addition. Couple more in here. There's one there. I like this net because it's kind of like a spatula. You can lead them from the back to the front without really touching them. Generally, they don't lose it too badly. Although the first couple did. See, that guy just jumped in the net now. There he is. Oh, boy. Come on. This goes way better when I'm not on camera. There's 4 of them. I know there's another way back there. Couple. Get them both up here at once. These tanks are so deep. But they work absolutely fantastic for not a lot of space for quite a bit of water volume. We got them. Just don't want water lettuce with them. Perfect. There's 5. This guy's being troublesome. All right. You're winning the battle here. Got him. There we go. That's 6. I don't know if there's any more. I haven't seen any more. It might be behind the filter. Oh, there's one on the filter. There's one more right there. The more I get now, the sooner it'll get done due to the drip acclimation. Whether this guy comes off the filter here or not. Oh. We got him. Got him to the front anyways. Perfect. Fishy Fun saying, I'm in Alberta. There were 60 hours in shrimp, no heat pack. I left them in the water with Java moss for 24 hours in a large breeder box. Yes, Neos. That's probably the key word there. Neos, to be honest, I've kept cherry shrimp in with my turtle upstairs. So he, yeah, his water's probably not the best, but they live in his water even just fine. So Neil's brings up a good point that Neocaridina are very, very much more tolerant than these guys here. These guys are Caridina. They require softer water and a little bit more stable conditions to be prolific anyways. So I'm just going to take a quick look here, guys, see if we got them all, and then we'll have a look at these guys before we take the next step. I think we have everybody for now. Looks like it. Nobody's hiding. Okay, perfect. Take this off of here for now. See if this catches up here. There we go. That guy's pretty good looking there. So that's what we're working with. All right, guys, I'm just going to get this camera set up on this tank we're going to be working on. Where did I set down? All right. Oh, there it is. Couldn't find where I set down my tripod. Whoop. That was bad. I had my tripod all bent out of shape. Okay. The lights are too powerful behind here, so we'll kill it. How does that help? Not at all. Okay. Oh, they're still on it. I'm trying. Hello, Sandy. Welcome. Hello, Benny's World. Welcome. Chewy, good to see you. I have got a 20-gallon aquarium that's heavily planted that contains 4 Harlequin Roswells, 3 Cardinal Tetras, 4 Prestella Tetras, 1 longfin bristle nose, I believe. That's what you're saying there. 5 Cories and a ram and a killifish. Well, that's quite a neat mix in that tank. I like that, actually. That's real neat. Welcome. I think you're new to our channel, Benny. Welcome. Fishy fun. I got blues, black rose, yellows, and fire reds. I find Blue Dreams a challenge to keep alive compared to the original cherry shrimp. Well, yeah, the first I gotta say is the black rose are my favorite. For the Neocaridina, that's my next purchase. Yeah, I think they look awesome, the black rose. So hang on to them. Try to breed them. I'm not the only one that thinks they look awesome. The blues, I guess it depends what strain. A friend of mine keeps the Dreamy Blues, and probably most of the Dreamy Blues that you're buying around probably came from her. So yeah, I don't know. I guess what. So speaking about Caridina, in my fish room, the hardest ones to keep are my King Kongs. My King Kongs are my weakest, my weakest lines. My King Kongs die much easier than the rest of my shrimp. You could probably put my Crystal Reds in swamp water and they'd live. I've had them get into Neocaridina tanks by accident. I've put them in there by accident, and they live just fine with a much higher ppm. So I guess it does depend on the line and how strong that line is. You may find a line of Blue Dreams that come from a different place that may work better for you. You just might be purchasing a weak line there. But yeah, keep those black rose separated from everybody else and breed them. A lot of people want the black rose. They're going to be, I think they're going to be really, really, really in demand. My female gold ram and my Cories are getting torn fins, but it always heals. The Tetras, I don't even have to think about that one. It's going to be your Prestella Tetras and possibly your Harlequin Rasbros, but it'll probably be the Tetras doing that for sure. You're exhausted. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work moving shit around. I'm tired when I leave the fish room here at night. Like it does get exhausting, but it's a labor of love, that's for sure. Um, I don't find I don't find looking after the fish as tiring as selling the fish. Selling the fish is seems to be a lot more tiring for me than looking after them. Um, but yes, it is very tiring. Yeah, so wherever Shrimp Fever's getting them from, I don't know. If you want to get a hold of me some way, well, my website's there, Fishy Fun. If you want some Dreamy Blues from a very reliable, reputable breeder in Ontario, let me know. I can bring them down to Toronto on Thursday when I come down there doing my deliveries. Have to give my Episto some swamp water. I don't know if that'll be any good. Hi, Sandy. I found ick in one of my tanks. Will the ick be on the hornwort? I salted the tank and don't want the hornwort to die. Yeah. So if you put your hornwort in salt, it will be that your horn will not survive salt. I would use some methyl blue with your treatment of ick. The methyl blue will be hard on your biochemistry in your tank, but it takes the lighting away for the ick to grow as well. So increased heat, salt, and a bit of methyl blue goes a long way. I would remove the hornwort. I wouldn't put it into another tank. I would just put it into a bucket. Hell, I don't. I didn't say how big the tank is. I don't know how much hornwort, but even if it fit into a pail, like anything into a bucket, a pail, and I would give it a bleach dip. And that would be your best bet at making sure you kill the ick. It may damage your hornwort a bit, but it should come back. It's a very hardy plant. So it's essentially a 3% bleach, dissolved bleach, I guess is what I'm trying to, diluted bleach. Dilute bleach into water. You want 3% bleach to the rest water. You can do the calculations on that. If you do 100 milliliters of water, do 3 milliliters of bleach, and onward and upward. What I do when I do a bleach dip, so say I was doing a bleach dip here, what I would do, bring that down so you can see better. What I would do is I would have 3 containers, 3 buckets. I do my bleach dips if I want to make sure there's no snails, no parasites, no bacterias, no viruses, no nothing. I will use 3 buckets. The first bucket will be my 3% bleach dip. So I will take the plant in my hand. I will swish. I'm not sensitive. If you're sensitive, maybe don't do that. But I'm not sensitive. It's not going to hurt my hand. Swish, 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 swish. Roll it around. Swish it around. Make sure every part of that plant has been exposed to the bleach. 20 seconds. Out into fresh water, preferably water that's got close to the same chemistry as what the plants are used to, or RO water or something. Swish, 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 swish. Swish it off really good. And then I put it into a third container, and I'll leave it in that container overnight. And then you could put it back into a tank without any fear of transporting anything to your other fish or plants or whatnot. I hope that helps a bit. But that's how I do bleach dips if I need to go to the extent of doing a bleach dip. Bleach dip works well for algae. If you have hair algae on your plants, anything. The only plants I don't suggest doing a bleach dip with are like super expensive plants, because I don't want you to blame me for killing your plants if they don't survive. Moss doesn't do real great. I've done Christmas moss with a bleach dip, and I did a very fast bleach dip, and it came back, but part of it did die. I have done hornwort and bleach dips many, many times. Sometimes it dies off a little bit, but it will always come back. So I hope that helps, Sandy. Black rows are where the various blue lines originated from when looking on color charts. Do you sell floating plants? I most certainly do. I don't have a lot of floating plants, but I do have essentially duckweed and water lettuce. I have tons of water lettuce, and it's actually, yeah, a great seller. If you're running a shrimp tank, I don't know how someone runs a shrimp tank without water lettuce. The shrimp love it. All the biofilm that grows down off of the big dangly roots when it gets going. Like, look at that tank there. Those big dangly roots there, man. Oh, they love that stuff. So anyways, just about caught up here, and I'm going to get back to show you the rest of what we were planning on doing here. Parasites can be in any tank at any time. It is a lot like bacteria too. It affects fish with low immunity, just like any of the bacteria or other parasites in any type of environment. For Sandy, thank you, Chewy, and that is 100% correct. Same with us humans. We are around bacteria and parasites all the time. It's when we're feeling down, when we have a weakness, that parasites take over, and that's probably part of the reason why their name is what it is. That's what parasites do. And I believe once you've had ick, I think you've pretty much always got some form of ick in your tank. I don't know if it ever really goes away. I guess unless you restarted the tank 100% over. But yes, Sandy, I would use the methyl blue. I don't know if I should say this on the internet or not, because I don't know, man. But this new age of technology and information sharing and everything, everybody really shits on some people for treating fish. I don't know. I've been doing this since I was like 12 years old, and not going to date myself here at all, but that's almost 30 years ago now. And there is one way that I've always treated fish that have ick. If you have one fish in particular, or a couple or a few fish that are infected very badly, I start with a salt dip. Then salt the tank, bring the heat up to about 82, 84, and kill the lights, kill the lights, and methyl blue, make the water blue. And be careful, though, when you do this, if you have clear silicone and some ornaments, if you have some fake plastic ornaments, it will stain them blue as well. But I would almost start with a salt dip, and a salt dip for me consists of 10 tablespoons of salt into 1 gallon of water. I take the fish in a net out of its tank. I use its existing water in its tank, I should add. I add my 10 tablespoons of salt. Just aquarium salt will work just fine. And sorry, lost my train. I thought I was reading the chat. But my 10 tablespoons, I dip it for literally 15 seconds in the salt. I take it back out, put it in the tank, and I find that helps with the healing process very quickly as well. Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned that before. Yeah, so I don't know. I would still keep the heat up. I think your Orandas will be just fine with 80. I'm not sure. I'm going to tell you that I'm not sure, Sandy. I don't deal with goldfish very often at all. I have very limited experience with goldfish. So I would obviously, yeah, double check your facts on that. Make sure they can handle the heat. And I would take it to the maximum amount of heat that they can handle. I don't know that answer off the top of my head. So thank you for thinking about that to make me not give shit advice. Yeah, that's yeah, salt does a lot of amazing things. Some people really shit on it. There is some ick treatments, and I do have some bottled ick treatments here. Knock on some wood here, but I have not had an ick issue in probably 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. But I'm also quite careful on my quarantine process and whatnot, bringing fish in. Perfect. Yeah, just get a hold of me and we can work something out. Like I said, I'm coming down to the GTA on Thursday. I have a delivery route from Aurelia to Toronto to Oakville to Kitchener-Waterloo and back to Barrie. I start going through Barrie as well on my way through. So, yeah, get a hold of me and we can hook you up. And also tell me what the other 2 plants you're looking for. I can get them for you too, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a terrible thing to deal with. It's terrible to deal with, Sandy. Yeah, exactly. And I guess we should add more to this ick treatment in case other people are lurking and not really listening. I haven't said the whole treatment, and that's the hard part about giving verbal advice on a live stream as well. I might forget some shit and leave people out to dry, which is not what I'm trying to do. But anyways, yes, Fishy Foot is exactly right. That it does speed up the maturity cycle of ick because ick is only treatable when it's at a certain cycle of it. I forgot to mention water changes. Do your ick treatment for 1 day. 1 day, 50% water change. Back up, do it again. Next day, 25% water change. Fill it back up, do it again. 3rd day. I would do it for at least 4 days straight. That treatment, and every day at least a 25% water change, if not a 50% water change, because you want to do this for, I'm talking out my ass here, 4 days. You want to do this for at least a week to make sure. So the reason you have to do so many water changes is because you're destroying your good bacteria in your tank doing this method. So your fish are going to suffer. Your fish are going to create a lot of waste that won't be able to be managed by your biological filtration. So I hope that helps. That's exactly right. But you don't want to do that treatment for 2 weeks because it's really hard on your fish. It's really hard on your fish. It's hard on your fish that don't have ick. It's harder on your fish that have ick. If your fish is already too beat by the ick, there's a very good it's a very good chance it won't survive the treatment. So anyways, I'm going to get back to the old shrimp cam here. We're going to turn this so you guys can just see me there. You can see my ghetto setup on the tank there. I'm going to show you how I'm going to, just listen to Fishy Fun there and Chewy. And they know what they're doing too while I work on this. So what I'm going to show you guys is how I'm going to drip acclimate these little guys. So where did I put all my stuff? So what we're going to start with is right here. This end, I can't get my damn, there we go. This end, I'm going to put an air stone on it. So reason being is I'm going to put an air stone on this air tubing is because I want to take water out of this tank and put it into this bucket very slowly, but I want this to be able to hold into the tank. It's basically a weight is all it is. You can get a clip to the edge of your tank if you want. I have one that I use sometimes. And on this end, after I get the siphon started, I have just a cheap plastic control valve right there. And I can control the speed of the drip coming out of the tank. So I'm going to drip acclimate these guys. I'm basically, forgot my mic's way the hell over here. See if we upset everything. That's all right. So, oh, that's not going to work. That's right beside. I'll just keep talking. You guys can hear me okay. I got this. This mic's pretty good. I got the gain up. Anyways, so yeah, once I have the flow started, I'm going to put this on and I'm going to turn it into a drip. I don't want to shock these guys. The TDS in the tank they're going into is about 20 higher than the TDS of the tank they're coming out of. So it's not a drastic change. The temperature's within 0.2 of a degree. It's not a drastic change, but I'd still at least like to get the water to 50-50 before they go in there. If it wasn't at whatever time it is at night, I'd let it go for 4 or 5 hours and then just give them both a little water change when we're done. So we'll get this started. Very simply, air stone into tank. Did we get a long enough finger? We did. Water comes out quite quickly. Put that on. That's all we got. Slow it down. I can get it down to basically a drip a second if I want to. That's how you drip acclimate shrimp. I'm going to do a little bit faster just because the parameters are so close. We'll go for about 3 or 4 drips a second there. Then once those guys are drip acclimated, they're going to go into this gorgeous tank here. What do you guys think of this tank? Like, this thing is wild. You got the Lego princess in the jungle. There are some black King Kongs in here already. They're extremely hard to see. There's one back in there. You can see them. One up on, that's actually a baby that was born in this tank right there. There's a few others, but underneath all these roots, that one there, possibly. Like, you could hide just about anywhere in here. There's one, yeah, it's just about a extreme King Kong there. But there's about, I don't know, 10 shrimp in here. There's not that many. But they are mature and good looking. So that's how we drip acclimate, people. As simple as that. I just get caught up on the live stream. Yeah, that's going to help you out a lot, Sandy. And yeah, just still vacuum the bottom when you do your daily water changes with your treatments. But however, if it is an Asian muted strain, I'm gonna have to ask my vet about that, Chewy. I've never heard of the Asian muted strain. I'll see if he's heard about it, what he'd tell me about that. That's interesting to know about. I would assume if you're importing fish from Asia, that would be well. I guess if it's in the States, it's here, it's everywhere. It don't matter where you're importing. Yeah, if you're getting nipped up fins, it's probably a good idea. About 50. Is breeders breeding fish and medication? Yeah, if they've become antibody uh, um, resistant. I honestly don't know, Benny. I don't know where you're from. For one thing, prices are different everywhere. I'm in Canada, and our prices are quite a bit different than the States, even due to our dollar is different than the States. But I'm not sure. I would say look around your local buy and sells, whatnot, see what other people are getting for them, and that's probably a good starting point. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier, Chewy. I believe you never fully get rid of the ick. You just keep it under control. Once it's in that tank, it's in that tank. Unless you killed all the fish, you threw out all the decor, everything, left the tank empty, bleached it, and then restarted. Would be, I think, the only way you could truly get rid of ick. So you have to keep your fish very healthy, and the ick will not bother them. If you keep the numbers in check with healthy fish, the ick will not bother them. Just like antibiotics and other medications can last in our environment, if places like Brazil have issues with the medications with fish, it's definitely happy in populated areas like Canada, US. Yes, yes, for sure. A lot of people take our on that topic. I've seen a lot of hate lately about medications and whatnot in Canada. It is frustrating with it with it everything basically being taken off the shelves and having to go through a vet for everything. I wish we had a better system for it, but I think this is part of the reason here is why that's happened due to people over medicating. Yeah, so I have absolutely no idea what they're worth, Benny. That's I'm a long ways from New Zealand. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd leave all the fish poop right in with your hair grass. Your hair grass will love it. Okay, fishy fun. We will catch you later. And yeah, Lucas is all right. He does a lot of weird things. I should probably get off soon, anyways. But yeah, I think most of our orandas and any fancy type of goldfish are imported from Thailand, Singapore, that area. So yeah, they could have brought anything with them. Ah, very good, Chewy. Where could we find that? Is there a taping of that? I don't know how long ago this was, but is there somewhere people can find this material if they wanted to listen to it? Sounds like it's a good listen. The Asians cannot get medications as well, but the issue is that it is in nature and is affecting fish and birds now. Yeah, it's affecting us too. I think beyond our fish hobby aside, let's face it, it's a hobby. We can live without it. It would suck shit. It would suck bad, but we can live without it. It's when we become resistant to antibiotics, which we are becoming, and we get a super bug that our antibiotics won't work, and then we're shit out of luck. That's what's going to be the bad part. Oh, very good for you, Benny. Then you'll have all kinds of fish, and you'll have to get a whole bunch more tanks. On the Wacko Radio Network on Blog Talk Radio. Okay, I'll have to remember that, Chewy. I'd like to find that. And Chewy, I'd like to make you a moderator if you don't mind. You're on almost like every single live stream I do, and you're a very knowledgeable person. And that would be great if you would be a moderator for me. There, he should be blue now, Chewy. I think I made you a moderator. Yep. Hey, HC Aqua. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. We're getting near the end of our live stream, but we've done some cool stuff. We've cleaned up a shrimp tank, and right now we're just drip acclimatizing, as you can see in the over here in that tank. I'm just dripping into the bucket there, and we have some cool looking shrimp in there. Some of my black King Kongs that I'm moving into that tank, and just drip acclimatizing them, and then we'll move them in. Even though the water parameters are very close, we're still going to drip them. Hey, Anthony, good to see you. I don't know if I said hi to you yet, Anthony. That's why I said that. Ah, very cool, Chewy. Very cool. Maybe I'll have to get you on here sometime when we're doing our guest talks. You're an extremely knowledgeable individual to I'm fortunate enough to have on my live streams. That's great. You helped me out with a lot of great information, and I'm not ashamed to say that I don't know everything, and actually you don't either, and neither does anybody else on here. So it's so cool, and we can come on here and share ideas and share it for free. We're not asking nothing for it. That's the cool thing about this is we could. A lot of places you want information about something, you got to pay for it. I love this hobby where we can get all the information we want for free from other hobbyists, from other people that are just as into it or more into it than we are, and that's a cool thing about, I mean, I'm just a dumb carpenter, but I figured out enough technology on how to do this. I actually have too much technology. I have more technology than I understand here. I was actually working for quite a while today. I was going to do a live stream this afternoon doing this stuff. But I started playing with a different live streaming system. It's not one that I think I can use for guests. I haven't figured that much out, but it's the OBS streaming system. And, man, it's a little bit complicated, to be honest, for someone like me who's not real techie. But the cool stuff you can do with it. I've learned how to do inlays with it. I've learned how to put my intros at the start of live stream, stuff like that. I just wasn't comfortable enough yet to do it tonight. But for my solo live streams, I think it's going to be fantastic. The OBS system, it's really hard. I tried before. What threw me off of it was I tried it before because I used a MacBook. A MacBook is what I was using for this, and it wasn't working. I couldn't figure OBS out on the Mac. I couldn't figure anything out on a MacBook, to be honest with you. I'm old, and the only thing I know is PC, and I'm not even that good at that. So I started playing. I gave up on OBS with the MacBook. I could get StreamYard to work well on it because it was real simple. It was app based. Everything worked real great. So I just gave up on OBS. And then I said, Jason, Redfish, Bluefish, said, hey, why don't you use OBS? And I was like, you know what? I tried it before, and it was a shit show. It didn't work worth a damn. So I thought, what the hell? I brought Connor Fusion Fox on here. I brought Connor downstairs. I said, hey man, let's figure this out. So OBS, and we sat there and we screwed with it. We screwed with it. We messed with it. We messed with it. And yeah, we got some cool stuff figured out. So maybe next time I do a solo live stream, I will try the OBS system out again because I figured out how to do little neat inlays and whatnot. I could run 2 cameras at once, and yeah, it was better. It was way better. So that's what I'm going to try next time. It looks like some other people are doing some live streams tonight. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to do on a Mac. I don't use the Mac anymore at all. Yeah, because I can't figure shit out on a Mac. So, but on the PC, it seems very easy. I don't know if you're talking about the guests part of it or not, but yes, I think I'm at least getting somewhere with it. And yes, I'm a member of this Facebook group, FishTubers Notifications, and I generally list my live streams on there. And in fact, people, I guess I will, if you guys haven't been looking at that, the person who organizes that Facebook group and the person who puts all the time into that Facebook group, the person who organizes it, gets in touch with everybody, gets everybody to get in touch with him, tries to keep everybody out of everybody's space for doing live streams. Brandon is coming on my live stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 6, I believe it's 6 o'clock. I should check before I actually say what time it is, but I believe 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night. Be here, or you're gonna miss Brandon, and then you should feel bad because all he does for you on FishTubers, just saying. So yeah, and yes, I see we still have D with us. Mr. B was on with D on Sunday, and he's going to be with me tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to a really great conversation with him. Go, Mr. B. Just catching up here. Oh, Benny, you're up to 180 subs. Very good, Benny. Very good. It's subscribers isn't something that's come to me easily. I don't know. It's because I'm just not very flashy, or my hat's crooked, or what is, or I don't know if my content is sometimes not all that great, or wasn't always that great. But as I've learned, and I've been learning, subscribers have come much easier as I've gotten much more comfortable in front of the camera as well. And I think a lot of that has to play with it. I will say, once I hit 500 subscribers, they've been coming in much quicker since I hit 500 subscribers. And I think we're almost at 700 now. So we just have a little short jump here of 300 subscribers to get to 1,000. And then I can actually do live streams mobile. I've been missing doing live streams mobile since they cut that out. I'm a wanderer, man. I'll go through the bush and do a live stream. I don't care. I got data. So I'm really looking forward to being able to live stream mobile again. It opens up a few more avenues for me as a channel as well. So I am looking forward to that. We have the same pineapple count. What do you mean, Chewy? What are you talking about? Are you talking about subscriber count? I'm not sure. Maybe it's too late for me. I'm not keeping up. I lost too. Yes, I did keep up with you. Yeah, it's funny. I lose some all the time. I don't know if it's just people that go through and they check and realize, hey, I don't ever watch this guy, so I'm gonna not subscribe to him. Oh, that's the new word? See, I don't pay enough attention. I don't really care what I say. If they want to ding me for saying words on my live streams, if they're analyzing my live streams that much, that's awesome. I'm glad if they're analyzing my live streams that much to know if I said subscriber in the middle of my live stream or not. That means they're paying attention to me. I didn't think they would pay attention to me, so I don't really care. But I'll remember that for other people's live streams and whatnot. Pineapples. Okay, I got it. So let's have a look at these shrimps and see if, yeah, they need a while still. They need a while still. I'm going to let this go for some time still. That won't be done on this stream. It's the amount of bots they have on YouTube. They sub to you to spam your channel. Oh, cool. Now, one thing I will say is that I feel very proud that my hat is crooked as hell on here. I can't believe that. It's driving me nuts, people. But I can't believe. I can't believe how well my channel is done organically. I'm proud of myself that I have not, really done a subscriber push. I don't do these sub for sub things. I don't do anything like that. In fact, I don't want people subscribed to my channel that aren't into my stuff. I don't want people subscribing to my channel just for the sake of having a subscriber. I want things to be organic. I want things to move along at an even pace. And I feel since I've been doing my YouTube channel that that's been happening, because I look at my watch time. If you look at, I like watching the analytics. I'm a bit of a geek for that crap, but I watch my watch minutes, and in order to be monetized or whatever, you have to have 240,000 watch minutes within a 365-day period and 1,000 subscribers. And I noticed that a lot of people get to 1,000 subscribers really, really easily, but then they're doing these watch time pushes because they didn't get enough watch time. And what that tells me is a lot of people subscribe that maybe weren't all that into their stuff. And so I've been watching mine, and mine actually has been doing really well in the fact that I think I'm at like 680 or something around there subscribers, but I'm also at like 175,000 watch minutes. So it's very balanced. When you look at the needles, they're balanced. They're exactly balanced. So by the time I get 1,000 subscribers, if things continue at the rate they have gone, and probably more because I do live stream more, and that does give you more watch minutes than my regular videos. Other than I have a couple of videos over 10,000 views, and they definitely help with the watch minutes. My watch minutes and my subscriber count is balanced. So when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I should already be at my appropriate watch minutes, or at least be very close. So I would rather that. And I've also been watching, sorry, I'm going on about this going on about this a lot, but maybe it interests some of you if you haven't noticed this stuff. When I look at my watch minutes and I look at my subscriber count, they're almost essentially the same. Now, when I look at the amount of people that view my videos who are subscribed to me versus not subscribed to me, because I do advertise on Facebook a bit, and a lot of people watch a lot of my videos on Facebook but don't ever subscribe to me. I can tell that through the analytics. but I'm up to over 26% of my videos are watched by my subscriber base, which is really good. And it never used to be that high, and it continues to get higher. So I'm very happy with how things are going. That's enough about pineapples to my channel and whatnot. But like I said, I'm happy. It's a slow growth for this channel, but it is growing, and it's growing at a very balanced rate. Yeah, exactly. And I don't want that. I just won't do this anymore. If that was the case, if I was just listening to myself speak, and if I wasn't offering any value to anybody, if people weren't getting value from it, I just would not do this anymore. Yeah, Sandy, I started I actually never used to do a whole lot of live streams. I just started live streams the last 4 months, really, doing them uh, regularly, and honestly, only the last month doing them regularly scheduled. Uh, so yeah, it was actually for my watch minutes. I did a one that does fantastic. I don't know if he's watched right now, but Steve Langley and Barry. He's a friend of mine in my fish group, and I did a fish room tour of his fish room, and it was so cool. So many people watched it, and it gets a ton of watch. I mean, it's got like 5,000, maybe more views now. And I got a couple other videos that got over 10,000 views, and they do really well. So, yeah. Sorry, Benny. I was getting to you there. I see. Honestly, Benny, that's a 20-gallon tank. I would not add nothing. I wouldn't add anything. I would add more plants. I wouldn't add any more fish to that tank. You've mentioned that you have a long fin bristle nose. That's going to get to 4 or 5 inches, and quite frankly, it's going to shed a lot in a 20-gallon tank. That, along with your tetras and your cories and whatnot, I would probably just leave it as is. Maybe get some more cardinals. That would be nicer. Cardinals are nice in bigger groups. If you can get that up to about 10 or 15 cardinals, that would look really nice in there. Yeah. You said what I've known a long time, Recon. Subs only get you a few things. It's how many people watch your videos. There are a lot of educational facilities, faculties that do not even get watched. Yeah, you're so right, Chewy. It's so right. It seems sometimes the sillier the video and the less educational, sometimes the less it's watched. Well, thank you very much, Sandy. I appreciate the kudos. Yeah, there's a lot of channels that don't get good views, and it's tough to get into those algorithms, I guess. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't do that anymore. If I don't like someone's videos, I don't watch them. Plain and simple. If I don't like their live streams, I don't watch them. This live stream, honestly, has probably been the longest I've not talked about actual fish, because I actually like to keep my live streams pretty much fish related, talking about fish. And I actually have a bit of a pet peeve against people that go on for hours on end and don't even talk about fish, because that's what I'm actually here to talk about, and that's what I'm here to try to share my experiences and knowledge and learn from you guys too. I noticed that on Education University information that it proves that people do not know how to search. Okay, I was thinking more cardinals. I originally had 5s, but the 2 times I had ick, it has killed one. And I find cardinals are a fantastic carrier of ick, or they're just a very weak fish, and they succumb to ick or show symptoms of ick very easily. So yeah, that's something to be careful for, but they do look cool. I'm no expert on this, Benny, honestly, because I'm not nearly as successful as many people on YouTube. I have a small following. I have a following of like, I don't know, probably about 100 people that follow me fairly regularly on and off now. And I guess if my best tips is be yourself. Be yourself. Do your videos and be yourself in your videos. I still struggle with that. It's not that I'm not myself, but I'm very dry on my videos. When I'm not a dry person, I'm actually a very uh, I'm yeah I'm a very I'm a person with a sense of humor, and I have some sarcastic tendencies and whatnot. But I tend to be very dry on my videos because I try to be proper. So yeah, try to be yourself and just be honest. Just be honest. Don't make shit up. Don't don't uh, don't spread lies. Don't spread shit advice. Just spread good advice. And just be yourself and be organic, and your channel will grow at its own rate. There's not much you're going to do about it. Oh, I got caught up on all my chat. Fantastic. So, guys, we're into an hour and a half here. I think we should probably wrap it up. It's my bedtime, that's for sure. I thought I'd just try this out tonight with doing this shrimp thing, and I think it worked out okay. And I hope we spread a bit of value. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do good things here, and I will show you guys what they look like in that tank when they're all dripped and ready to go. And yeah, everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I will see you tomorrow. I believe it's at 6 o'clock tomorrow, my live stream. I'll have to check. But I got Brandon on, and we're going to talk some Canadian fish. And that's it. So thank you, everybody, for showing up, and have a great evening. Take care.